Yo, what up, what up? Good morning, oh, sorry, GMG. Friday. Oh, Farcoin Friday. July 18th, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house. The not yet retired Mando. Remember the great Mando? And now it's just the retired Mando. And Tyler, good morning. How you guys doing today?
We're 10% away. We're 10% away from a retirement. I just upset Frog so much when I say this stuff.
I know where you live. I know where you vacation. I know everything. We'll find you.
I don't know. What do you think I should do? Do you think I should keep it on, or do you think I should take it off?
No, you can't take the trade off, dude. They just announced $5 billion more worth of ETH they're buying.
Yeah, that's a bad friend right there. That's a bad friend.
Take
you don't
it
want
off.
me to retire. You want me to run.
Dude, a good friend. You know what bad friend is? When I'm at the casino and he's like, yo, we should go home. Now, fuck you. You know what I mean? That's a bad friend. You know? It's a boomer. Okay? You know, put your nuts on the table. And you did. And you have quite a pair of nuts on you. I haven't seen the real nuts. I'm talking about hypothetical nuts. But you know, you got to keep that on, dude. Like, what's the liquidation price at this stage? Like 2.2K?
I mean, it's a mixture of a bunch of different things. So it's spot and it's
well, if you really want to sell the perps for spot, like you got to click the spot, like because it's resistance here, right? I'm sure we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I'm sure. What do you think, Tyler? Should you keep it on? Let's keep it on.
I think 100 million is cool and all, but a billion's a lot cooler. So
you're talking my language, Tyler. Yeah, I know. What can that even get you these days? You know,
it's inflation.
People think 100 million is a lot of money, dude. Like, no, that's not. Like, honestly, dude, you can't even buy a fucking house in Miami at 100 million at this stage.
To be clear, it's nowhere near that, but it's enough that I should just take a couple months out and chill. But I won't be. Don't worry. I'm still going to be chilling.
No, I agreed to you taking the week off next week. You saw it was very nice. You're like, yo, I might take the. You were like, yo, do you need to take 2-3 days? I said, no, Mando, please take the whole week. Like, no, I can do that Monday. And I was like, no, Mando, take Monday off too. I was like, Tyler and I got it. We'll go get someone else. Yeah, I'm being very like, you know.
Yeah. Thank you, boss.
Thank you for understanding.
Thank you for understanding.
We are not serious people, though we are very serious. Tyler, how you doing?
I'm good. What a crazy day of news yesterday for ETH, for all of crypto. It was a big one.
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot. We're gonna get into that today on the show. Today, dude, it's crazy. Even on our side, like I can't even keep up with MYRIAD, dude. I wake up and there's like fucking 50 messages missed from like things I have to post or talk about or things. It's just nonstop. Like we're gonna talk about it today. Actually, we're gonna show a lot of stuff from MYRIAD today with our launches. So there's a lot. Bullish. It's a very great time to be building on Ethereum. Let me tell you guys that. Like I'm glad we never pivoted anyway. Let me just stay stuck to the plan. It's nice. It's a very nice day. Anyways, so let's show markets. Tyler's top 100, YEET giveaway, and then as usual, if someone's going to make a lot of money, and then what are we doing next? Oh, then show this show. Yeah, of course, the sponsors. Our sponsors, can't forget the awesome sponsors who keep the lights on around here. This show is powered by Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is a connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you've connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto is recognizable as Visa checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. But also, I think they're all even coming on next week. Kraken Pro. With Kraken Pro, you get full control over your layout. Drag and drop any module, customize it all. It's clean, it's smooth, and built for real traders like Mando with $1 billion ETH position on. If you trade crypto, check out pro.kraken.com. Trade without trade-offs. Mando, speaking of the devil, let's go to you.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
Yeah, so I think despite continually talking about it, it does feel like another day for ETH, right? Tyler said it right. Like, I think it was one of the most bullish days I've ever seen since I've kind of been in crypto for it. Like, you had another treasury company, Joe Lubin, obviously saying he's going to raise 5 to 6 billion, I think it was, to buy more ETH. You had ETH staking from the BlackRock ETF, and then what else did we have yesterday? We had it passing in the US House, obviously a number of different bills, which are kind of other tailwinds. This feels like this thing is not stopping. We're 3670 now, so up another about 30% in the week now. Other stuff's been a bit more sideways. I would say, like, dominance is down to like 61. So it's mainly been some of the L1s that have moved. XRP hitting an all-time high. Uber drivers throughout. It's definitely been a bit more broad this rally now. Feels like a lot of vaporware / anything which isn't Bitcoin is rallying. So I think it's a bit of a dangerous time. I tweeted it out again today. But and I would be very unsurprised if we have like a wick or two lower in this period, because it just feels as though people are already reaching. But I mean, that is a crazy looking chart, isn't it?
There's nothing to say, right? It's just catching up on all the missed.
Yeah, you just didn't have a chance to get involved, did you, after that move down to like 2K, really?
No. You gave nothing, right? Like here. And you did have a chance here for a long. You did have this, right?
I mean, we were saying it. We were saying it the whole time, but we said it before the move down as well. That bounce off the low is pretty impressive.
People had 60 days to get involved, and actually, I'm pretty sure for those 60 days we said it here, and then it's a 50% move up on a $500 billion asset.
Yeah, I was saying it from that first move up. So, like, I think I checked my tweet when I was suddenly interested in it, which is like May 4th or 5th. It was. It just chopped for a while, but now it's now very popular, isn't it?
It is popular now. I mean, everyone's bull posting ETH. But ETH is, if you follow Tesla Fractal, is going to 160,000 United States dollars per ETH. So, right? Kyle, that's the only fractal we're following.
That's the only fractal I'm paying attention to at this point. But can we talk about the 4 things that happened for ETH yesterday? So
Please go for it. Take it on, yeah.
One, we had BlackRock, who has the biggest ETH ETF file for their staking ETF. They were the notable large player who hadn't done that yet. So I think we can safely assume that's going to be approved and come likely sometime this year. We then had their ETF ETH have a record-setting day. Biggest inflows ever. What did they have? 550 million, 600 million overall. There was more inflows into the ETH ETFs than Bitcoin yesterday. First time I've ever seen that. You had Tom Lee and Bitminer disclose that they now hold 300,000 ETH, have already bought 1 billion. And in the announcement, they said that their goal is to acquire 5% of the ETH supply, which is a massive number. And then you had later in the day, Joe Lubin and Sharplink issue their filing with the SEC saying they're going to sell another up to 5 billion of their stock, ATM, to buy more ETH. And they already started. So it's going to be voted on next Thursday, but somehow they're able to front run it. They bought another 100 million last night. So you've got Tom Lee, Sharplink, they're going kind of tit for tat, buying ETH right now. SBET's knocking on all-time high. I actually haven't checked BMiner stock, BMNR, today.
Let's check it now. Here, hold on. BMNR. He even put the penguin on. That's insane. Tom Lee, he's a penguin PFP.
Yeah, so it's doing pretty well.
God damn. That's insane. Oh, wow.
And their pipe unlocks today. So, like, there's actually going to be a lot of sell pressure, but they've had so many big announcements into it that it might be enough to counter it. And you got other companies doing this too. Excuse me.
Get your water. You're good.
I don't know what's going on. I just get so excited.
Too much news.
But yeah, that combo is just insane. And like, I know this feels like kind of blow offy. It feels euphoric, but I mean, these treasury codes aren't going to stop.
Does it though? Like, like I feel like, when Bitcoin first, like, how Bitcoin was a sell news event at first when the ETFs launched, and then like it ripped nonstop. It ripped for a while. Where do you guys think? Don't you feel like it's like, it's the start of the rip for ETH? Like, it's nowhere close to all-time high, dude. It's like 20%. What's 20%, 25%, something like that. More, 30%. So I think there's room, guys. I think there's room. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to go much higher, just because of this buying pressure. I think my new base, we talked about my base case is 6K. I think 10K is doable if they continue. I know these are crazy numbers, but like,
so Mando's really gonna retire if you keep saying that. Mando just closed his long right now.
I haven't.
I always got the ETH hat on too. I didn't notice. The hat game is always coded. Always coded. I love it.
Yeah, I'm spreading the good word. I'm spreading the ETH gospel around the Chicago suburbs.
So I'm curious. Like, let's talk about ETH beta, right? So like ETH goes, man's like, so ETH beta. Like, I'm not talking just about memes. Like, I'm talking about like, what are the plays, right? Like, Aave had a huge run. Like, is there something else interesting around ETH? Like, or is it just pure owning ETH at this stage only? So I'm wondering.
I think there's some interesting stuff. I mean, I just feel as though, and I think maybe at this sort of price point, some of that stuff becomes a bit more attractive, not after like a 50% move. But I still just prefer the risk reward in the main one. It's like when Bitcoin moves and everyone's like, Bitcoin beats the trade. And I think that's like a slightly dangerous view. Yeah, exactly. But you don't, if you're going to trade it, make sure you at least have something of the main asset. That's basically what I'm saying.
I'm just looking here. I'm just curious.
I mean, if you look at the top movers on the day, it is a lot of ETH DeFi. Uniswap's number 1, Lido's number 2.
Interesting.
They're both up 20%.
Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic's actually number 2. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Let's check the 7-day top movers. CRV. What?
Yeah.
Of course, and Penguin. Sorry, Pingu's Stellar, crazy. Do you guys own any XRP? I posted about this yesterday. Like, there's not a single human being on CT, I think, that owns XRP, right?
Good Alexander owns it. I know that. He's been talking about it for a long time. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. This needs to be studied. Like, I mean, I used to always say, like every time someone says XRP, I'm like, I know, I cringe a bit. I think
it's a meme plan.
I give up. They win. They win. They won. They're richer than us. Maybe not Mando, but there's the XRP army won. Like, you got to study the XRP army if you own a project. It's crazy. This guy like scammed his way like to like a multi-billionaire. It's insane. I don't think Bradley Garlinghouse ever bought crypto in his life. Like, this is insane.
It's a 30% move from flipping ETH in FTV.
This is insane. It's insane. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I'm curious. Does anybody listening to this show own XRP? If you're on Degenz, kick.com/Degenz live, I want you guys to tell me in the chat if you're on XRP. I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. Wow. This is insane. It's up 66% year to date. It's up 25% this week.
I saw a great post that all the Uber drivers around the U.S. Are going to retire off XRP right before the robo-taxis kick in, which is great. But it is too. It's like I had some neighbors over a couple days ago, and we got talking about crypto, and the guy said he owned one thing, XRP, and he just understood the business. He was like a sharper guy in professional services, but just not. He's at arm's length to crypto, and that's what he holds, and it is so much more widespread. than I think a lot of us realize.
It's just our bubble doesn't own XRP, but like the real world owns XRP. It's going to $500. It's going to replace the banking system. It's going to replace Swift. I may have to full port. I mean, had I bought XRP instead of pump, let me tell you that. Let me tell you that.
Anything over pump.
Yeah, like even USDC over pump. This is like, I rarely just put a trade on, like start calling and shit. This is gonna age bad for me right now. Like I need this to change. I was a genius for 48 hours. Fucking genius for 48 hours. I could have bought a Targa 4S 48 hours into this trade. British Racing Green with the beige interior. I didn't. Instead, I'm gonna get a used Honda Civic. Let me tell you guys that. Anyways,
someone in our chat comments is saying the airdrop comes tomorrow. Please God, let them be right.
Who said that? I'm so deep into this trade that I was DMing Kook and Cyrus last night.
Yeah,
I was having some drinks, and I DM Kook and Cyrus, and I was like, I think we're the only people left in this trade here, guys. And Kook is conviction, and so does Cyrus. So I'm, I don't know. We'll see. It's Tyler, me, Kook, and Cyrus left in pump. I think rookie. That's not bad. I mean, it's worse people to have in a coin. Anyways, ways of Wang saying XRP is just easy to explain and people just think XRP will be used for banking. That's it. It's true. The meme is incredible. You are absolutely right, ways of Wang. Use the banking system to make this strategy reliable. That's what we need to host for those people, guys. We need to lock in. We need to get XRP partnership for the show. That's how we'll go.
Ripple week next week. Let's just get XRP people on.
Yo, let's get Brad Garlinghouse. I take back what I said about you, dude. Take back what I said about you, dude. He was sitting right across from me when there was a summit. It was funny. He was like in front. It was so funny. He was like at the corner table. It was right there. Let's go. Let's do it. Yeah, we could have bought XRP. Shut up, Bernie. Of course, texting me I should have bought XRP. Anyways, Tyler, I mean, market's looking good, right, man? I don't think we need to reiterate a million times. I mean, Bitcoin hit 120K again yesterday, which is nice. Do I say top day at 123, guys? I missed that. 123K last night, it seems. So that's nice. And Solana's like 180. Love that. Doge, 24 cents. Wow, Jeeps. And then you listen to the show. Euphoric. Look at that. And all the coins are looking good. Tyler, see what you got, because there's a lot of news coming out, especially at the White House. I saw Sanders here right now. So let's see what you got for us today. Where's my Tyler did it button? I can't find it. There it is.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis, Tyler D on FOMO hour cause the kid can't miss.
Ready to bash some bears. Yeah, folks, crypto majors were very green overnight, but some are flipping red here. So Bitcoin actually down 0.5%, 117.9 right now. ETH up 5%, 35.90. Hit 36.70 this morning. XRP up 7%, leading the way, 345. Sol up 2.5, 178. It hit 180 as well. The ETH ETFs, record smashing day. ETH BlackRock's pulled in 547 million, 602 million overall, more than the Bitcoin ETFs had. Trump revealed plans to sign an executive order clearing the way for crypto and other assets in Americans' 401ks. That was a blockbuster headline. We also had all three of the crypto bills pass their votes in the House on Thursday. The Clarity Act, Genius Act, and the anti-CBDC bill. Trump announced today there's going to be a special signing ceremony at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. The chatter is that's going to be the Genius Act. So we'll see. That actually might get signed into law today. In other news, we saw BlackRock's ETH file with the SEC to add staking to their ETH ETF. Kraken launched regulated crypto futures for U.S. customers. And then Canary Capital, shout out to our homies, they filed for a staked injective ETF. So injective holders, euphoric. In corporate treasury news, Sharplink SBET, they plan to raise up to $5 billion, according to their latest ATM filing. Tom Lee's Bitminer disclosed holding $1 billion in ETH. Tom also changed his PFP to a pudgy penguin. Robert Leshner, oh no, revealed he is no longer pursuing ownership control in Liquor House YHC after being diluted down to a sub 10% owner. So that story took a bad turn yesterday. BitOrigin, BTOG, announced agreements in place to raise $400 million in equity, $100 million in debt to buy Doge. That stock has more than doubled on that news. And then Doge is up quite a bit as well. Then Vulcan introduced a $500 million Bitcoin treasury strategy. There are a lot of treasury strategy announcements. Let's just leave it at that. In token airdrop and protocol news, Jupiter introduced JLP lending. You can now borrow USDC against your JLP positions. Linea announced plans to work with Consensus and Nile Exchange to build a new DEX to bring liquidity to that L2 and Ethereum. And then shout out to MYRIAD. Was browsing MetaMask portfolio, saw MYRIAD, a featured app in that portfolio within the Linea hub, and things you love to see. Rounding this out, AI market cap pretty much even on the day, 11.4 billion. Memes were mixed. Doge really was the story, outperforming, up 11% on the day. There was a little bit of action in the trenches. Alan from Pump started buying like one soul of a few different memes. They briefly pumped and then sold off. It was a little bit messy. And then REKT, new all-time high, 225 million. So love seeing that. And then that's pretty much our roundup.
Excuse me, it's actually 227 million right now. Yeah, just wanted to. Yeah, thank you for understanding. These things, you're gonna wake up one morning, it's gonna be 500 million. And then CT is gonna start buying. You know what I mean?
I don't think CT's in the trade.
No. CT's on the trade. CT's not in the trade. It's all the dudes like Spacebar yesterday that we banned from commenting on our kick that are in trade. You know what I mean? Do you know how many houses are going to be built in like middle America off of REKT? Mando, you know what I mean, Mando? You know what I mean, Mando? It's like guys like Bernie that are in the trade.
We have a certain style of REKT holder, which I think everyone kind of knows.
The amount of like country houses in Idaho, you know, like Oklahoma, you know, like these are the motherfuckers who are in REKT.
Sure.
You know, Bernie's buying a boat. You know, so this is Spacebar. Did you to go? That was funny to see him in the, yeah, that's hilarious. Do you know how many Canadians are going to be able to move in a 400 square feet apartment off of REKT? By the way, for the euros, it's like 35 square meters.
Correct trillionaire. That's over $500,000.
Listen, I'm in the REKT trillionaire chat since like I guess day one. Like I was trillionaire forever, like 7-8 months ago, and it's such a funny chat. But I had one request in that chat: do not tag me until 1 billion. So nobody tags me in there. It's like, and I know when I get tagged, it'll be time. You know what I mean? So I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. These emojis are killing me, man. These fucking kick emojis you guys are spamming. By the way, we just reached a goal. We just reached some goal or something.
25 subs.
So 25 subs. Yeah. So we're a partner or something. Like sick. Thank you guys.
Getting close.
Getting close. All right, keep subbing, y'all. Keep subbing. Kick.com/Degenz live. This is where we do our giveaways. This is everything. We're killing, guys. Like we're literally every day. We're the second largest English crypto stream on Kick, which is fire. And our goal is just to flip that Brazilian dude. I'm just assuming he's Brazilian. But you know, let's just flip him. Let's just flip him. And let's become the largest stream on there. We're killing it. We're killing. Our numbers are actually huge when you think about it. So love that, and thank you to everyone for doing that. Anyways, Tyler, back to you. Big week in the White House. We also got to talk about this mega news. Yesterday was a retirement funds or something, $9 trillion. So let's take it from the top here.
Yeah, two big stories out of Washington. So one, all three of the crypto bills passed the House vote. I believe they've all have passed the Senate now as well. So these should be going to Trump's desk for final signature. I think he's already telegraphed that he's going to sign these. So again, this is the Genius Act, which is the Stablecoin bill, the Clarity Act, which is the market structure bill, and then the anti-CBDC bill. So strong progress on crypto regulation in the U.S. overall. I think most folks are in favor of the Genius Act. I think most also in favor of the anti-CBDC bill. The Clarity Act, I still haven't had a chance to really dig in. I've seen mixed reactions to this. We talked about it yesterday, what it might mean for some of the DeFi products out there. So we'll need to watch that one. But I think in general, most folks are feeling pretty good about the bills passing. I think arguably more important on the day was the executive order that Trump said he's going to sign. And this was a report with the Financial Times ran with this, that he is going to effectively clear some of the hurdles currently in the way of some of the biggest retirement plan facilitators allowing crypto access to their customers. So we've talked about it on the show before, but Vanguard I think is the biggest 401k provider in the US, perhaps the world. They don't offer any crypto products. So you cannot invest in crypto via their 401ks. There are others like that as well. And it looks like that is not going to be the case much longer. And it's a $9 trillion market. You can start to do your moon boy math. We're not going to get to 1 to 2% of that straight away, but I do think there's a real case that we do over time. And I think there's a real case to be made that the younger generation will be more digital asset savvy, native. They'll be more open to investing in crypto digital assets in their 401ks, perhaps than boomers, so to speak. So I think it's a massive unlock. I think this really is the infinite twop, where you just get every month funds pouring into the crypto ETFs. I think Bitcoin's gonna be a big beneficiary. ETH, and then basically you're going to want to have ETFs, right? Like this is another way that ETFs are going to catch more inflows. You need easily investable crypto market products. And then right now, I think it's Bitcoin and ETH are going to see the lion's share of all this, but it'll be a big win. We're not going to take it again. This isn't going to happen like next week. There's still a lot of work to be done, but it's another positive sign.
Yeah. All right, I brought out White House correspondent expert on the Spaces, just requested to speak. Kook, I saw you requested. What do you think about retirement plans entering our crypto coins?
Bro, I literally just joined and I heard like the tail end of what you were saying. I've talked about this a bit, bro. Look, like I think people in crypto don't get it. I used to work in asset management. I had like a whole boomer career. It's not even the infinite twop, like that's huge, but it's the rebalance, bro. Like, dude, like once the financial advisors globally are like, okay, Bitcoin's a mandatory asset class. Like a target portfolio mix would be like some percentage of equities, some percentage of cash, some percentage of bonds. Bitcoin is going to go in there. Every portfolio in the world will have a recommended percentage of Bitcoin, and they're going to rebalance because they got to hit that percentage. It'll be like conservative is 2%. It'll start there. And like aggressive growth is 5%. It'll start there. And that stuff will change over time. But like the rebalance, when it starts to happen, is going to be nuts, man. Like Bitcoin's going to infinity. Everyone should own IBIT. It's the cheapest way to buy Bitcoin. It's also the safest way to hold Bitcoin. I'm a massive IBIT advocate. Also, you should own directly and like hold your own self-custody. But yeah, you got to own IBIT too.
I agree. I mean, Tyler, you've been talking about this forever. Like it's like the whole like the IBIT trade about the infinite TWAP and everything. And it's just starting. These things take time. Like we said this on the show when like the first ETFs are getting approved for Bitcoin. People like thought it was going to be overnight. No, it doesn't work like that in the real world. Like, for like all the real, the managers and everything, and then getting it out there and then telling you to allocate 1%, then it becomes 2%, then it becomes 5%. I mean, like it takes time, y'all. Like when were the Bitcoin ETFs approved, guys? It's not even been a year, right?
No, I want to say late 2023, but I don't remember.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, a year, less than 2 years. Like
Less than 2 years.
Is my guess.
Yeah, I think right around a year and a half. I think around January 2024. Sounds right.
Yeah, about a year. There you go. It's really not, it's really not, it's really not been that long, at least in the real world. And there's much more to come on that. And Tyler, what else is going on? Tell us what else is going on here.
Those were definitely two of the big ones. We talked about the ETH Treasury Co. news. I think what's adjacent to that is Linea. So Joe Lubin getting himself back in the forefront and in the limelight here with Sharplink. They're piling into ETH. They held over $1 billion. They're buying $100 million a day. And now we're starting to see Linea, their L2 tied to Consensus, start to speak up and say that they're now going to focus on building a DEX and focus on bringing new liquidity to their L2 and Ethereum overall. So I think we don't know this for sure. You can kind of connect the dots a little bit. Maybe some of that Sharplink ETH is going to find its way into Linea DeFi, which is very interesting, right? Because Linea doesn't have a token yet. It very possibly could have a token at some point in the future. MetaMask doesn't have a token. I've always thought it would make more sense for the MetaMask token to come via Linea.
Yeah, I agree with you for the chain. I mean, they've been talking about touting this token thing for a while, right? And I don't know if you noticed. I mean, obviously I noticed because we the MYRIAD protocol, we obviously launched like the next chain that we launched on was Linea this past week. And it's live, and I'm actually going to show you guys on screen like how easy it is to predict prediction on Linea on the MYRIAD protocol on the beta site in a second, because we launched some fun markets. But it's they've been talking about it a lot, and you know, if you saw Declan, he talks about it quite a bit, and they're very open now. It's very aggressive. And it just helps that, you know, Joe Lubin happens to kind of be one of the main characters right now. I mean, the savior of Ethereum, right? And then came, you know, Bitminer and Tom Lee, because Joe Lubin literally announced they're going to buy $5 billion worth of Ethereum with Sharplink Gaming yesterday after already buying $1 billion. So, and then acquiring 100 million overnight. So, you know, these guys are really pushing as hard as they can, are as hard as they can in that front. And so Linea being the chain of consensus, I think you can put 2 and 2 together. I think it's easy to put 2 and 2 together. And I keep telling people, read between the lines. Like, there's a reason why, you know, our protocol, like, we're like, okay, like, we have abstract, we capture like what they're doing. I'm turbo bullish on Luca, on Pudgy, on abstract eco. I mean, we took a lot of risks to go there, but there's also a reason why on the protocol layer level, we decided to launch some markets also on Linea. You got to read between the lines here. Consensus owns MetaMask, Consensus software, right? Consensus owns Linea. Consensus is pushing the MetaMask card, etc., very hard. Now they're buying ETH. They're the largest holder of Ethereum, right? I think it's them and Bitminer going kind of band for band. After last night's buys, they're probably number one still, back again. So it's like you have like this massive thing going on there, and so it just makes sense. And so I think it's a good segue, Tyler, for me to go on the news that you also covered this morning. But if you go to the portfolio tab of MetaMask, which is super sick. By the way, Kook, I gotta see your ass on MYRIAD, dude. We gotta talk. We gotta get you predicting. I know you like to make calls on timelines.
Bro, I actually, yeah, I'm not a huge prediction markets guy, but I was on Polymarket today for like
there you go.
At least a half an hour, just looking at bets, trying to find interesting stuff. I always forget about MYRIAD, but now I'm going to make sure to remember it. Because, yeah, I got to start. Prediction markets are going to be fucking huge, man. Like,
yeah.
Look, Elon's move is telling, right? Like the Polymarket thing.
Yeah.
So,
and Shane beat the FBI. And Polymarket and Shane beat the FBI. They literally beat the DOJ, right? So that was massive news that came also this week, Tyler, right? Earlier this week. So that was massive. And predicted, and this other one, Railbird, got DCM licenses. So it's no longer just Kalshi. So there's a lot of DCM licenses being handed over. So Kalshi is no longer the only legal prediction market out there. So it's moving. DraftKings is set to be looking to acquire prediction markets for their sports. So it's moving, y'all. It's moving, y'all. I've been saying don't fade me for years now. Years. See, Tyler's not fading me. Cookie's a little bit, but he's going to stop now. He said, you know, we're going to bring this for top of mind, you know, but okay, I'm just playing here. But anyways.
Let me ask you a question about MYRIAD, actually, because here, like, prediction markets are interesting. I actually think that, like, given the wealth gap only exponentially grows, I think people in crypto hear this a lot and, like, probably agree, but like the only way to make it is gambling, right? That's why perps have taken off. Like that's the acceleration of financial gambling. That's why the trenches exist. That's the acceleration of degen gambling. So I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm good yet. I'll dabble, but I'm not sure I'll be a good prediction market trader. But I'm more interested in something like providing liquidity or benefiting from
that's coming. Yeah,
the volume on a prediction market.
There's a reason why we're partnering with Eigenlayer and Eigencloud and everything. And so very soon, you know how like when you put a prediction on Kook, like a lot of the times like your money's like locked in the market, and like, you know, being who we are, we don't like having our money tied up and locked in, right? I think Tyler, you're the same. Like I think it's a thing traders have. And so soon you're going to be able to, like, your predictions are going to be able to be staked. You're going to be able to get a return on that, which is super cool. And that's mostly for logs. To go more into nitty-gritty in the details, and I'll send you the articles that I recently published on the Myriad side with Egan. But also, there's going to be a way to provide liquidity to the markets themselves on Myriad. So for people like you, Mando was telling me, like, hey, like at some point, like I want to park some cash like on Myriad, the protocol per se. And that way it can just, there's going to be liquidity pools, et cetera, for each market. But where we're even going, we're taking it a notch further, is we're looking to even invent our own standard where you're going to be able to trade our futures contracts across any single DEX. So it goes even beyond just the prediction market.
Yeah, that's really crazy. That's actually, and for the listeners, this is not set up. I'm just smoking a joint and I was checking space.
I love that.
It sounds like I'm here to but no.
No, I took you there. This is me.
Exposure.
Yeah.
And if Mando, that's actually confirmation to me that my idea is smart. If Mando's asking you guys similar stuff, right? Like,
yeah. Mando's definitely asking. Mando's involved, right? Mando's involved in our since day one in our company. But let me take you joining with the joint.
Do that. Is anyone do that? Like,
no.
Is there any way currently to provide liquidity or something like providing liquidity on prediction markets? I don't think so. Yeah, that's extremely interesting. I want to know all about it when it's ready.
Yes. It's you'll see it, and all that I'm saying is like it's already been working on. It just takes a while, so it's all gonna come in the next few months. It's gonna be a nice second half of the year. But anyway, let me take this back to the MetaMask portfolio that Tyler you cover. So if you go to portfolio.metamask.com.io, we're there. We go to the Linea tab, and Myriad is literally the first thing that you see now on the MetaMask hub, which is fucking sick as of this morning, EU time. So super bullish. Shout out to MetaMask team. Obviously now I guess you guys, a lot of people are like, yo, like, where are you going, Linea, blah, blah. Well, I couldn't talk about it, right? Well, there you go. You're just seeing it unfold, right? There's a reason why Linea, it happens that they own MetaMask. And so you go in there and it's easy. You can go just find us on the official website. So it's beta.linea.myriadprotocol.com. I'm sorry, it's complicated. There's a lot of words. We're going to remove the beta very soon as we leave beta in the next couple of weeks. And there's also going to be a ton of more markets. Right now, there's only 6 markets on there. Tyler, I don't know if you had the chance to play with it, but it's super fun. And I'll show you guys, for example, this market here. Let's take should we take this one, Tyler, here? ETH above 4K on July 25th. So next Friday close. What do you think?
That's aggressive. We're getting 3 to 1 odds.
Yeah, 3 to 1 odds
on ETH over 4K next week. I like it. Yeah, I like 3 to 1.
You and I like to gamble.
Yes, yeah.
Kook is smashing the 100 bunch. Are we taking this prediction, Kook? 3 to 1 odds on ETH above 4K by July 25th?
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely. And the way I would approach it is like if you wanted to express that belief, right? Like with perps or like whatever, maybe options on the ETF. Like actually the cheapest way and the way with no carry cost could be prediction bet on it, right? Yeah, it actually might be the most like efficient way to bet on that specific outcome right now.
And not only that, it ties to reputation, which is we know CT loves to gloat, right? And so when you think about it, you put a trade on, you put a trade off. Okay, cool. You can flex your P&L, which by the way is not so safe, or your call. But people make a lot of calls. Everybody calls up and down all the time. But on a prediction market, which by the way, Cook, our prediction market is fully on chain. I know, Tyler, you know that. So everything's on chain. You can't fake it, right? And we've had over 5 million transactions in the last quarter. And so you putting this with the leaderboard, you can show that you know what the fuck you're talking about. So when people come, it ties into reputation, right, Tyler, which is something we talk about a lot. It's like, yo, you can have someone come and say, yo, I know what I'm talking about. Here's my portfolio on Myriad. 80% of my predictions are right. And so you can show people that you actually know what you're talking about and you put your money where your mouth is. So back to this. On Linea, the good thing with MetaMask is that we can just literally predict extremely easily here. So let me make sure that I'm logged into my wallet, which I am. Boom. So it's very simple, guys. You're just gonna have USDC on Linea. You can bridge. You guys know how to bridge. There's a bunch of tools. So $12 here. I know I don't have much money in this wallet here. So we're gonna buy the yes here, and look at how seamless it is. Boom. And let me approve in my wallet. It popped up. Boom. Done. We just acquired, there we go. We just made a big trade, y'all. We put $12 that Ethereum will hit 4K by July 25th. But you see how seamless that was, Tyler? How amazing is
it? Fast, yeah. So these are their own unique markets. So these are different markets than are on.
Yeah, it's a different book. Yeah, it's a different catalog, and you're gonna notice that we're going to open a lot of markets on Ethereum itself. We're launching a ton of markets. Like I worked on it yesterday with Sims, where you guys are gonna have a ton of them launching. I just got a text from Sims. Actually, I'm allowed to talk about it. We're launching today. Bored Ape Yacht Club floor price above 1275 ETH by end of July 25th. REKT market cap above 275 million next week. CryptoPunk floor, you're going to like that one, Tyler, above 48 ETH by the end of next week, which is quite a big jump. Will MOG reclaim a $750 million market cap by next week? Will Ethereum ETF net flow be above $600 million on July 23rd? And then ETH BTC price above 0.031 on July 25th. So a lot of opportunities here for people. If you don't want to trade, if you're not a trader and stuff, but you want to have an opinion, there's a lot of ones. Like here we have the blob one, funny one, like transactions on ETH. We have some for the UFI Euro that's going on here for the women. We have how much staked ETH. Will Gen G win the League of Legends World Cup? Let's take that one. Who are we picking here? I don't know League of Legends. I mean, Sims, who are we picking here? Who are we picking? Are we picking the yes or the no?
You're picking the yes because they've just come off the back of winning MSI.
All right, so I'm going to put $9 on that because I just want to show people how seamless it is to trade here on chain. Like these are all on chain transactions. It costs what, 2 cents? 2 cents to put a transaction on Linea, and it's there. And I mean, look, Linea, allegedly has an airdrop coming along. So hey, good way to start using Linea. And same for Abstract. You want to tap in? You get extra apps XP. For using MYRIAD markets on USDC. So the more volume you make on USDC on Abstract, the more XP that you get. Anyways, that's it for my shill. It was long, but it was worth it because, we had to start screaming this from whatever the quote is, from top of the roofs or whatever the fuck it is, a little more. Tyler, anything else I missed?
I think that was a good roundup. I think one story we have to revisit. We talked about Leshner and Liquor House YHC earlier in the week.
Yeah, you have to talk about it.
So right after close yesterday, 4 p.m., he came out and said, basically, I relied on public disclosures, how many shares were in this company. There was more than I realized. That the numbers reported by the brokerage apps were out of date. Effectively, he thought he had 56% ownership in this company. He had like 9%. And then at the same time, this activist investor, Kingbird Ventures, which I think is also the man who was profiled in War Dogs, the movie. He's suing this company. Leshner basically said, it's too much for me to try to go after ownership of this company at this time, and I don't really want to do it. So he's no longer seeking control. Silver lining, like they've been selling their shares during this whole process with CT trying to do this hostile takeover, right? And they have $20 million more in cash on hand. The market hated it, so the stock is puked. It's down 64%, $2.35. It hit a local high of 10. So definitely a turn here. I don't know if the story's over or not. Like there's still this lawsuit pending, so I think that the chips are more with this War Dogs guy at this point in time, or just like the long shot that maybe CT sticks with this thing and tries to pull like a GameStop style thing. But that's definitely a long shot at this point. The company is trading at like, I don't know, it's trading at lower than cash value right now. So I don't know how much lower it's going to go, but the bull case is certainly a lot harder to see at this point in time. So CT tried to do a hostile takeover. It looks like it's not going to go through, at least in its current state.
Yeah. That's what I guess that's meme coins, right? Meme coin, we kind of said it here. So.
Oh, that was the risk. I mean, he said at the very beginning, he didn't do any due diligence on it. Like it was always a very high upside, high risk play. Like it was going to be 0 or 100 with no in between, and it's looking more like a 0, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, the dev minted more coins. The contract was minted more.
Something I learned in this process is I didn't really realize that companies can effectively just issue as many shares of stock as they want. It seems.
Yeah, I don't really know that world either, dude. But it's
very hard to know the actual share count. of any company at any given time. You effectively have to wait for these quarterly filings. And in between the quarterly filings, it's very difficult to have a true read of how many shares of stock these things have.
Yeah, it's quite crazy. So on to the next one. What NASDAQ company are you taking over next, Tyler? I want you to do one. Like, I want to see Tyler.
No interest in that just yet. I did buy some of this BTOG, the Dogecoin Treasury Co.
Oh yeah, so yesterday, dude. Doge. There's another call we made on the show. I mean, Jeeps, you're quite a big, and you're listening. You're quite a big Doge guy. We should take Jeeps on the show next week. Starting to wake up, and when this thing wakes up, dude,
looks good.
It's top range here. We'll see. Maybe cup handles and goes, right? Our favorite. We see a cup, right? Tyler, you see the cup. We'll see what happens, Des, but it could be a big one. Okay, look, we're on time. I think we do the giveaway now. So there's a reason we didn't give a code. I'll tell you by the way, y'all. Sorry, I actually meant to talk about this half an hour ago, but got carried away with Cook and everyone else.
I did update the chat, just be aware.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. So the H guy, H, whatever it is.
H, remember got logged out.
Yeah, so it was Monday or Tuesday. We said he won like the spinning wheel, and then he wasn't in the chat. Then we said, okay, we reroll because that's what we do on here. We give people time. If they're not here, we reroll. He proved to us he was there. So he was actually there because actually started commenting like 2 minutes later, which he was there. And he proved to us he was on. And he also it was bugged out. And so it's fair and square. You guys know us. We've been running these giveaways for almost 2 years now. We always make people whole. We've done this a few times now. And so it's only fair that he wins because he won. And he was on the show, and he's a listener. He's a sub, so we got to give it to him. So we'll give it to Hitch, and then next week again, keep it rolling. Remember, you have to make an account on yeet.com. Use the code FOMOHour. You need to be an active bettor. Okay, you can do very little, but you can do anything on that. So what do we do here, Sips? Do I just go to Yeet and just rip it?
I think we do Plinko. Just go with it on Plinko. Oh, we could do coin race. So we could do places and
Friday. We gotta do coin race.
And Heights is here, so he can choose a coin.
Just give him Bitcoin and Fartcoin. Oh, he can choose or he can't.
He can.
He's here.
Okay.
He has to pick Fartcoin. So $250 is going on Fartcoin for sure. And the other one, H, you have to pick another one. So you pick. It's between Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, and Doge. Let me know what he picks, Simothy.
Yep, looking.
I'm gonna
give us a coin, Hyde. What's it going on?
BTC, ETH, Sol, and oh wow, look at this. Bitcoin
wins.
ETH? All right.
ETH.
The guy won last time with ETH.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
CX on fart. Whew.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Fartcoin Friday. 60x on Fartcoin, dude. That would be crazy. Come on, baby.
Run it.
By the way, you already won $500. Congratulations on that.
Rough.
Let's go.
15 grand if that takes.
We're alive.
Go.
Oh.
We're alive.
Oh, no way.
No. Go.
Bitcoin wins.
We lost the last second too. Terrible last second there.
Yeet it already.
Yeah.
Well, he still walks away with $500.
He gets 500.
I mean, I don't feel bad. You won $500, but fuck. That was so close, guys. Mando wins again.
We're going to get it eventually. We're definitely going to get it eventually. We have to.
You got it. How did you get it twice in a row that one time? What the fuck?
Because I keep clicking him. I'm a lucky bastard.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. All right, guys. Well, that was fun. Tyler, question to ask you Friday. Are you going to be higher or lower on Monday?
Higher. Definitely higher.
Higher. I love that. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a good weekend. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And with that, we'll see you Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.